So, did I enjoy my time as a VTuber? Honest feelings. In general, or should I speak about it in detail? Because it's two different things. Talking about my experience as a VTuber generally, then as I've said again and again, and it's not a lie. It's not a lie, I'm not sugarcoating stuffs, but yeah. Simply because becoming a VTuber and learning everything there it is there to be, I jumbled my words, but just what I've achieved, what I got to do, all the new things I started doing here, all the wonderful experiences, all the fun times, and even the bad times, I cherish them really well. So in general, yeah, I did enjoy my time as a VTuber. What were there bad stuffs? Oh, yeah, obviously. Like, disagreeing with coworkers happens a lot. Disagreeing with Stuffson has even happened. You have to know that I am very vocal. I might not seem like it, and I try to present myself to be as neutral and as supportive as possible on stream. But whether I disagree a lot with my coworkers and like Stuffson, I think I pissed them off too a lot of times. During my time here, but they have never abandoned me at all, and never. Not the livers, not my coworkers, not Stuffson, ever. Yeah, I'm very assertive despite how I look and how I sound. Do I get haters and weird comments that really get to me? Yeah, I do. It took me like at least a year and a half to actually get used to it, but eventually you realize that no matter how bad the comments are and like how people comment, in the end it's their opinion and they don't actually know you. I know myself best and how much I work, how hard I try despite failing, and it's okay even if nobody could appreciate it. I appreciate myself for trying, you know? So after like at least a year and a half, I start getting little like, okay, hatred, okay, I guess. And whether or not I was frustrated with a lot of stuff that happens behind the scene, yeah. Have I ever been salty or bitter? Oh yeah, for sure. A lot of times, to the point where I break down and I couldn't even bring myself to stream, so sometimes I had to cancel my streams. Yeah, it happens. But in the end, I could spend hours talking about how angry and disappointed I am. How, besides me thinking I could do better, a lot of things could have gone better. A lot of things that, you know, it doesn't fall on me. But rather than doing that and making everybody who is saying their goodbyes to me feel even sadder and more bitter, I'd rather just spend my last times talking about the happier moments. Because graduation in and of itself is already a very heavy topic. It's already very mentally taxing. Rather than making people feel bitter and feel hatred towards how it ends, I'd rather we look back on the more happier moments and focus on that. I don't even need to show you how much of the negatives feelings I've had, because I feel like that's not how I want to be remembered. I want you guys to remember that the times we had has been really good. So yeah, that's why, you know, I always try to sound as neutral and as positive as possible towards everything, towards even the haters, towards some decisions of the company, because I don't want people to dwell on that. I want to be here to entertain. So I don't want you guys to focus too much on the bad things. Right. You got me, right? And that's that. So yeah, all in all, yeah, I did enjoy my time. Really. I know I'm not that influential. It's not like when they think about VTubers, they think of me. But truly, I feel like in terms of loving what I do and loving my time here, I think just my love wouldn't lose to anyone else that has been here. Okay, so next questions. A lot of things I wish I could have done differently. I wish I could have been better from the very start. As you guys might know or might not know, I started streaming in Nijisanji ID with zero knowledge of both streaming and VTubers. I'm a casual viewer of VTubers. I'm not even following it very closely, much less streamers, because I watch more VOD type of YouTubers. So I have zero knowledge of both VTuber and streaming. When I started, I'm really the epitome of a blank slate, I feel. And when I started with Sunset Barbecue, Taka and Hana already knew a lot about both VTubers and streaming. At least they have a basic of one of them. Like, I feel like Taka already watched a lot of streamers and VTubers. Well, Hana only researched about VTubers. Well, specifically Nijisanji as she got in, but she knows a lot about streaming and streamers. So I'm like the only liver that started out with like a big zero, which is that's on me. And I feel like I didn't contribute a lot because of that. I didn't get to contribute a lot at the start because of that, because I didn't know stuff. I feel like if I could have started with a bang, things might go differently. Maybe things would be better. But, you know, that's an if question, right? What truly happened is not something... What has happened is not something I would choose to replace or do anything differently, really. I regretted it, but I wouldn't do it any different, because that learning process is part of the wonderful experience I feel that I got from here. I've grown so much as a content creator, and that is my journey. Some people have a journey of going from 100 to 2,000 and like, bam, they're like huge now. But I know that my journey is not especially appealing or interesting, but I personally feel I got to level up a lot. Personal growth. So I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't trade it for anything else. But regrets, I do. I wish I could have done things better. I wish I could have been more confident and asked people out more, make more things, do more collabs and stuff. Although, you know, doing collabs wasn't as simple as it is nowadays. You know, in the past, it was much more complicated. By the way, collabs... I don't know if the other libraries have talked about this before, but collabs was much more complicated back in the days. Back in the days as in 3 years ago, up to around a year and a half ago, is very, very complicated. It has only been less complicated lately. So yeah, it wasn't that easy. Even though I say this, I still wouldn't trade the experience for anything else. How much have you learned that you never knew even before you began your career at Nijisanji? Oh, a lot, really. About how much planning and effort it goes to content creating. Everybody thinks like, oh, streaming, fun, not much processing, not stressful like VOD, but it is not that simple. At least for me. I think about my contents a lot, really. The only moments I have not been thinking much about it is the past year. I have not been thinking much about it the past year, but before that, I extensively think about my contents, like, oh, okay, so play games, free talk, have to have a nice balance of it, I don't know what kind of games, and occasionally play horror games because it attracts more audience. Oh, stuffs like that, you know? I learned a lot about that. Not that I've been able to actually execute it perfectly, but I think I got the gist of it. I got a grasp of it. Yeah, it's a really heavy job. Maybe it's just not for me. Well, not content creating, just entertainment. A lot of pressure too, by the way, like on how you present yourself. Networking, which I'm really bad at, and just the pressure of having to be entertaining all the time. Entertaining is not always about being hyper and funny, right? There's like a lot of layers to being entertaining, but the pressure is always there. You need to be unique, you need to be entertaining in your own specific way for you to have a specific niche and an audience. Oh, very heavy stuff. Like, oh, it's a lot, man. Like, I learned a lot about that during my time here. So yeah, that is that. Oh, question, any plans after graduation? That is like really... I feel like it's not an appropriate question to answer. But sure, in general, right? Plans in general, sure, I'll answer that. I know that a lot of you would like to know, like, whether or not your favorite content creator or streamer or VTuber or Oshi is going to continue activities in another dimension, in another life maybe. But like, that is not a question I feel that you should actually ask in public or straight to the person themselves. First of all, because of NDA. Second of all, because it's just not ethically or correct for a VTuber to say anything about that in details. So be careful on asking that to the others, okay? But generally, after this, I feel like I just want to live like a normal girl, if it makes sense. I want to, if I could, and of course I will, because basically content creating, just in general, is my passion. I would love to continue doing something, but I would love to take a rest, really. As much as I say a lot of the experiences are very positive and I'm really happy, it's also true that I am very exhausted and it has been quite traumatizing. So that's that. Okay, next one. Oh, this is a nice question. I'm sure you have a lot of memories in Niji. What's the sweetest memory as you have while being in Nijisanji? I have countless of sweet memories. Countless of it. Every huge event arranged by Sun in Niji ID is one of them. Like the first anniversary where we put out our original song into reality, or Nijisanji ID anthem into reality. That's one of it. It's just, you can't imagine. I mean, I'm being involved in every part of the process, but when it gets out, I still feel an indescribable emotion, a really strong one. It's just it's like a core memory. It's like a new core memory for me. With VOV, Virtual on Voyage, able to actually produce original songs, you know, an album with the others. So fun, really fun. Getting to work together with very talented creators too, both illustrators and composers. Getting involved in singing the Indonesian version of Virtual Strike, Nijisanji's Palette album. I'm so blessed. I feel so blessed. And Virtual Summit. It was a really fun event. Every moment in Minecraft where a lot of livers are online, whether it is an event or just me playing and everybody else is also playing, but like we're not really, well, we didn't really plan to collab, but everybody's online at the same time. We just do our own things. Really sweet memory, really. Being able to participate in huge relays, and a lot of happy stuffs, really. Niji Fest? Niji Fest. Yeah, I guess those. And a lot of time just hanging out in a voice call with the other livers. Sometimes it's not only XID. Sometimes like after a huge collab, we would stay in a VC for a bit and chat very casually. Not really important chats or anything, just getting to know each other a little bit. Yeah, just something as simple as that. Really, it's a really sweet memory. But that's that. I think that's already a lot. If I have to list each and every one of them, it would be a really long list. So that's like the main ones. Because Castle in Minecraft is one of the the biggest highlights. Yeah.